Do we have a plan for, like, if I get hit by a truck or something?
Yeah, we should have a living will. I mean, there's nothing to give.
That's not true. What about my cryptocurrency?
A million Shiba Inu.
Yeah, I have 5 million Shiba Inu coins.
Whoa, what does that mean?
It means I have 5 million or something.
Wow,
yeah,
that's fun.
Feels pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, I don't know why she's always putting me down, especially in public. Anyway, we have I was excited about this episode, and now you had to shit on me.
I am so glad that one day you'll maybe get hit by a bus and I'll get 5 million Shiba Inu. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're so considerate. It's like you never stop thinking about your family.
I also have 0.75 Ethereum.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's almost one.
Mm-hmm. Well, everyone, if you can't tell from the attitude, we have a very special guest on the show who I guess doesn't need an introduction because her attitude speaks for her. Today, it's a very special episode. Please welcome my wife, Deborah, to the Out for Smokes podcast.
Hey. Hi. Thanks for
being here.
Me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thanks for being here. Now, what's happening? You work nearby?
Yeah, I do. I work around the corner, but I did walk the wrong way, so I was late. But I'm here. Yeah. And that's all that matters.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine. You weren't that late.
No, I was on time.
Scott was 27 minutes late today. Were
you keeping track?
We're doing episode 2 of our 4-podcast marathon today. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Well, he came from New Jersey.
Yeah.
I came from a block away.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not lying. When I got I got at the Holland Tunnel, and they put up a red light, which rarely ever happens. And then, like, cops stood in front of us. Mm-hmm. In front of all the cars, and that wasted like 5 minutes. Then when I'm in the tunnel, I think they were cleaning it or something. Yeah.
There was a lot of traffic.
The lady with a spray bottle. Like,
two people from Tribeca came to see me. They both drove from Tribeca to Union Square, and they were both in traffic.
That's so crazy.
It's so close.
They took Ubers or they drove?
No, they drive, and they pay to park.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of money out there, people.
Wait, what do you mean?
Speaking
pay to park?
of, please pledge to the
They
Patreon.
don't have their own garage. They are paying.
They have a free garage at their apartment. I assume it's free. I don't know.
Batman
and they pay when they come here to Union Square.
I don't think it's that great though. I'd rather have I'd rather just take Ubers if I'm going around Manhattan than have to go get my car and then finding parking is the worst part of driving.
Oh yeah, it makes me hate New York every time I start to like it, for sure.
Yeah.
I do have a fantasy, though, like, this is an impossible parking situation. No one can ever do it. And then I'm like, well, here I am.
Yeah, but you also used to,
I bet you I can,
Yeah, but you also used to, like, drive into Times Square on, like, Saturday night at 8 p.m.
Exactly. I can do hard things.
But that's unnecessarily hard.
No, it wasn't because
for Caroline's.
For Caroline's. And what time did I leave if Paul Mooney was there, especially 3 a.m.? You think I'm going to get the R train to Bay Ridge?
No.
At 3 a.m.
No.
I would
don't
never
call it the
get
R
home.
Train. That's not the one you took. That's not how you got home.
Well, it wasn't, but it was the only one available. You guys, I forgot I came from working with children.
Well, from around Caroline's, I would park.
You came from working with children to podcasting with them. Because we're kind of like children when you think about it. Yeah. And I guess that makes you a pedophile. I guess you were a pedophile twice a week.
Only when I'm ovulating.
Yeah, only when she's
Otherwise, I'm not interested in you. But no,
it is really kind of crazy. Like when she's not ovulating, nothing. Yeah. And then when she is, it's like, give me your cum right now.
Right. Which is probably why I'm not pregnant, because I'm just like sitting there like, let's do it. Let's go.
I got to tell you what, though. I haven't had any issues with erectile dysfunction in a while.
That's
maybe
cool.
a few months.
Yeah, maybe when she's rude to you like that.
Yeah, actually, Mike does respond very well to abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We just we accept the love we think we deserve.
Right.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as long as I'm like, very mean to him and call him names and like, all that is very helpful.
It is very cool when a beautiful woman is like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
People.
But you've never told me that I'm a loser. which is
well,
nice. It's kinda
I would
interesting.
never be with a loser.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you have a lot of
But-
flaws, but,
right.
I wouldn't say loser.
Well, because
like
people on the internet-
disorganized, executive functioning disorder.
Wait, what's that one? What's that? What is that?
Executive functioning disorder.
Yeah.
It's a long explanation, but the fastest thing I can say is it's a difficulty in the ability to plan, initiate, execute,
I can
and
do that
complete tasks.
Oh yeah, that's both of us.
You have time blindness, and it's difficult to put yourself, because 90% of task planning happens in an external environment, and it requires you to visualize yourself in an external environment, and that is a very difficult task for those with executive functioning disorder.
You want to see
So
my impression
what
of
do they picture themselves doing if it's hard?
You can only see like the here and now, and you can't think about like small steps to achieve a task.
So you kind of just stand
So
there,
like
frozen.
soon becomes later, and later becomes never, because it's a difficult transition to plan, initiate,
Sure.
execute, and complete a
You're just
task.
crippled.
Yeah,
with
and
one
how does a
thing
Yeah.
to
man
do.
break a curse like this?
Well, you have to actually work on it and admit you have. First step is like understanding and admitting that there's an issue and that actually actively working towards a solution. But Mike is actually the only person on earth who like routines, schedules, any sort of thing would not work for him. Everyone else, you know, journals are a hit.
Yeah.
Schedules are a hit, routines are a hit. Mike's like, that is not gonna work for my
Right.
life.
Now let's talk about some of your flaws.
Let's go.
Like
What
when
do you
fill
got?
the-
Because
like when you fill the toilet up with paper and then it gets clogged
that's your son.
because you put too much doo-doo in there. What about you putting too much
Doo-doo.
doo-doo in our toilet?
What did your son give you advice for yesterday at karate?
Yesterday, he said, "Daddy, you can't drink pee-pee and eat poo-poo." And then he said, "You have to eat healthy foods."
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's just looking out for his daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's so cute.
So I was thinking this episode we could just talk a little bit about, you know, like our relationships, marriage, maybe the courtship part of dating. We do talk about dating on this podcast a lot.
Is this still like for our son, or you guys just like lost that?
Yeah, I guess just vaguely.
Do you still want him to listen to this? Is this
Some of the
I think so. I've pitched
you should have a list of like this one, not this
the
one.
ranking of which ones.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
should-
yeah.
well, because I've pitched like changing the intro and everything, but Johnny is like, no, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a great intro.
Yeah, you should just leave it. I mean, consistency is key.
But no, I don't think we're married to like, you know, having that structure because I think that kind of hurts.
I don't know if Mike is married to any structure. Again, going back to.
I'm not also married to any nice people.
Thing, you know.
I'm also not married to any nice people.
Right.
Consistency is so. It feels like prison is a big problem. And then especially in terms of like the creative process.
Right.
It's like consistency is key for things, but then there's that whole thing about how, I mean, like repetition is the death of magic. Like there ain't nothing magical about you repeating the same thing over and over again.
Right.
Right.
And so it's hard, like,
Well, maybe you need task variation. You need to like
like
become a little bit more dynamic within your routine so that you're not feeling stagnant. Again, another
There you
speech
go.
therapy strategy.
I like that.
That's good.
It's like you kind of adapt to your franticness and you like ride the wave of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can always, I don't know, do your podcast. People seem to like it. Speaking of, is this a free or a
Oh, it's free.
is it a free episode?
Yeah, why?
Please pledge to the Patreon so that I can have the life that I deserve.
Yes.
So I would like you and all your friends to please pledge to this Patreon. And if you have any requests, like if you want to have like cameo videos of me like insulting my husband, I can do that.
Okay, now let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
You two
What-
should get a couples cameo.
Yeah.
Just make
Sure.
cameo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, what was that? What were you going to say?
My question is, okay, you have a nice apartment. You live in a nice part of New York City. You have a beautiful.
I want
you have a beautiful
more.
child. You have a
I want a
beautiful child.
building with an elevator.
Shit.
I want a second bathroom to pee in. I want a cleaner to come.
Do you think some
once
of
a
it is
week.
where you live? Like if you decided to live anywhere else in the country, it'd be easier?
Yeah, I mean, this is the
Maybe,
hardest
but-
place on earth to live.
Yeah, but we're so close to the podcast studio.
I'm happy with the location.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything would be easier. Listen, I am confronted daily with how much money is out there daily.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need everyone to go to Mike's comedy shows, buy tickets. I need him to sell all of those out. I need this Patreon. I need it to triple. We're not moving
triple.
fast enough
Yeah,
here.
it does need to triple.
Yes. And yeah, other than that, like, great stuff.
Amen.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
It would be nice if it tripled.
It would be fabulous if it tripled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys could tell your friends to
Tell your friends.
pledge to the Patreon.
Yeah. Mike loves to sing too if you want to see singing videos.
I
Also-
really love to sing.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
And Scott's an excellent dancer. One more thing, Mike is pretty good at painting. So if you have any like painting requests, he can like paint you a picture for a Patreon level.
Yeah, he's like George W. Bush.
Now, here's the other thing too that's hard about being in a relationship, because she's like, "Oh, we need more money," and I think we're okay. I mean, yeah, we probably do need more money, but I think about money like all day. Not all day, but probably
Is that helping?
Please be quiet. In Islam, when the woman shouldn't speak when the man is talking. But there's this weird like balancing act that you have to do. Like last night, right? I was like, all I have to do today is prepare these 4 shows. So I like went to a bar and I was like reading articles and I was putting these outlines together and everything. And I was like, okay, this is good, and this will make the show better and everything. And hopefully it'll you know, it'll boost revenue, whatever. But then she texts me and she's like, "Where are you?" She's like, "We want to see you." And of course, I want to see my family.
Yeah, but
and
I'm
of
working
course,
at the bar.
but I'm working. But I'm working. It's like this weird. But you have to do this weird thing where like you have to like, if you don't push your family away, they'll destroy everything that you're trying to build. They'll destroy your entire life's mission. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really have to be like, "Daddy's working," and nobody makes you do it. And it's so easy to be like, "Yeah, I'll take the night off." You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's so easy to be like, "Yeah, all right, let's hang out. Let's get an ice cream or something."
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, I don't know if you have any suggestions about that, what you want from
I mean,
me.
you're disordered. That you
Disordered.
you are. I had yesterday. I was like last week. I had to go to Mike. I'm like, you're not typical, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Like you're not regular.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You're like Cyndi Lauper.
What's that?
You know?
I don't know.
You're so unusual.
You're a little
a little peculiar.
I'm so unusual, and my name is Mike Recine.
Yeah, exactly that.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes. So that's all. That's all I have to say about that. Is that also he got, while he was working, had 3 drinks.
No.
Yeah, and did I get to have any drinks? No.
Wow.
And how many drinks did the guy charge me for?
1, which is
Yeah.
great for you. Must mean that you're frequently at
Yeah.
that bar drinking.
Or I'm just a nice person that people
No.
like and I'm popular. I don't think you understand how popular I am. I don't think you appreciate how well liked I am.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think that if that's true, you're probably well liked because of me. Scott can speak to this because he knew you before I knew you. I'm pretty sure I reformed you.
There's certainly a reform.
Yeah.
A reform that, yeah, even before the reforming, there was a very quick perception change.
I
You know,
civilized you,
yeah,
and it
yeah.
took a lot of years. I don't know how long it's been, but you were a different person before me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was it about me that you looked at and you said, "I want that guy to be my husband"?
I did not want
She wants to
I did
conquer
not
you.
want to date you at all. You were very persistent. I was like, there's no way I will ever date a comedian. They're the worst, awful, most annoying people on the planet. I would never put myself through that. And here we are,
Wow.
just married to one. Yeah, I mean, I did like you And I think that, like, that's the thing with comedians, though. Like, you're funny and you know how to talk to people, and you were different in that way. And also, at that time, I was, like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tinder. So I, like, went on a lot of dates. But Mike... And now I know because he's so
How much of a whore do you have to be to go on Tinder dates
I know.
for
I hate
breakfast?
when girls talk about how they use Tinder.
Yeah.
It's the dirtiest shit.
But like, just because you're on Tinder doesn't mean you're like sleeping with everyone. And I live.
But you're eating a bunch of meals a day too.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's just as whorish.
Yes, that's right. I sure was.
Yeah.
And breakfast is a nice one to meet for because you can like leave and you're not drunk.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, buy me a coffee before I go to
Right.
work.
Mhm.
Easy. Date.
Well, like definitely.
I do like a nice breakfast on a weekday.
Nice bacon, egg, and cheese on a weekday.
No, like a omelet
like a sit down at a diner.
on like a Tuesday before work.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. But Mike was the first guy who like made it like a real date. Like chose like a real date. And now I realize it's because he's so cheap and picky about food. That's why it was always like
it was like a long walk.
it was like a nice date, but like with good food. And then a next location, which I also learned is a strategy of his. So he tricked me. But I love you, and our son
It
is
is a good
perfect.
strategy when you're on a date to be like to move to a different location. That's a great tip.
I think that's kind of part of the date, though, right? You just move to a few locations.
Oh.
Or, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't invent it or anything. Just in case.
Yeah.
You have like a couple drinks at one bar and you go, we should go to this other bar.
You bar hop?
Yeah, you bar hop.
Oh, I thought you meant like different little thing. Oh, now we ate.
No, because like
We're
within the
walking,
date,
get a
if you
drink
can
somewhere
move the date to a different location,
Yeah.
you can go to Applebee's to Charlie Brown's
Right.
or Panera Bread to like Chipotle or something
Tuesday night.
on a Tuesday night. Yeah, it's like the
Hurry,
date.
hurry! It's like about to be 10.
Yeah.
The
Half
deal's
price
gonna end.
appetizers.
Open this fucking door. I know you close at 10. You're like, one fountain soda, please. They're like, the Chipotle is totally clean. You spill your orange soda on your way out. Or she throws it in your face. You're like, well, win some, lose some.
How do you feel about, women will film guys that took her to like a Starbucks for a first date, and she'll go, "Can you believe it?" and like point,
Mm-hmm.
Is that?
No, I don't. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't like any of that dating content. Even when people screenshot their like conversations, they're like, "Look how funny I am," or "Look how I told this guy off." It's like I don't know, it's exploitive.
Yeah, I feel
type
that way
of.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cheap blow.
That's an interesting lane to occupy with content because it's like I have seen some girls who are like, I'm going on another date tonight, and it's like, what happens? You show up and you're like, oh, you're the girl with 200,000 followers that's been on 5,600 dates.
Right.
But not.
Yeah.
that
Would you
Not
share
that
your
people care
social
about that
media though with that person if that's like your?
bread and butter.
Yeah, probably
guess
not.
not.
Right. You'd have to be like secretive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I think it's all a lie. I think that's all like rage baiting.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
When people are like, so I went on my first date. First, he took me to get a Louis Vuitton bag, and then we had tea at the plaza. You
that's
sent
gonna
me
be so
something like
boring.
crazy like that.
I sent you that, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't show you how old the guy is.
Yeah, and it's just like the girl crossing her legs in the Uber and then picking up her bag. So it's, first of all, if you videotaped all of that on your date, someone would be like, what are you doing?
I'd be so mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went on a date with Mike Recine.
He said my sandwich was too expensive, and then he bid it before I had a taste.
Yes. Okay. That was also a long time ago, but yeah. Yes, I'll admit that I did that.
Yeah. We could, wait, should we talk about like the top 5 insane things that Mike has ever
If
done?
you can name them, sure.
Okay. Number 1. No,
Narrow
number
this-
5.
How do you narrow this
I'm just going to
down?
do it off the top of my head.
Girls have notes like this.
One of them was, okay, I guess a lot of them are around this theme. Mike does not like to get scared.
He doesn't like getting scared.
No. And if you scare him, he will be mad.
Oh, he gets mad at you for
Yes. So one time, I was in Bay Ridge.
Notice one time, because she's never done it again.
No, it's not. There's another scare story in this list. I'm living in Bay Ridge, and I'm walking down the stairs with the knowledge that Mike does not like to be scared.
Yeah.
But he's in his car on the phone with the window up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to scare him
Yeah.
on accident, which is a lot of discipline for me because I love to scare. I think that's the funniest form of comedy, people being scared. So it's like really something being robbed from me in my relationship. So I'm like, I'm not going to scare him.
Why don't you just get a side piece then that you can scare
the shit out of?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a good idea. somebody who understands my love language. So I'm walking up to the car and I'm like, oh, I don't want to scare him, but he's still not looking. So I knock on the window and all of a sudden, like fucking scared, right? So then I notice on the passenger seat, there's a bouquet of flowers, like bodega flowers, like nice ones, whatever.
Bodega flowers.
Whatever it is, they're flowers.
The flowers
They're
you
nice.
get in New York
That's
City,
where the
by
flowers
way.
come
That's where
from.
the flowers are,
Right, that's where the
Okay.
flowers come from. Right. You're on, let the
right,
record
Benjamin.
show that's where the flowers come from.
So he got so mad. He took the flowers, got out of the car, and I lived on a service road to the BQE, and he threw the flowers in the street and stomped all over them.
I didn't stomp on them.
Stomped
I
all
kicked
over
them. I
No,
kicked
he
them 'cause you
kicked
got
and
scared?
stomped the flowers, got in the car and left.
No.
He's a
You got so
big fat
scared.
baby.
I don't think I left. Did I leave?
I think so.
What you don't know is as he was driving away, he was like, "What the fuck was that?" He still didn't know it was you.
I think it's like a bear or something. Or a terrorist.
Yeah.
Wow, you drove off is the best part. You drove off, dude.
Because he's a baby.
The wind
I'm getting the
spun
gun.
like in cartoons, and then you drove away like Shaggy's legs.
I just left a cloud shaped like me.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
so funny. You got so scared. You jumped in your dog's arms, and your dog held you.
Yeah. So don't scare Mike Recine.
Okay, and you said top 5. How many of these are you going to do?
Well, I'll just tell one more. I'm not going to do 5. That'll take too long.
All right.
Another one. Okay. So I don't remember if this was before or after the flower scare, but so I lived in Bay Ridge and I lived with my sister, and Mike came to visit, and my sister popped out and
Now,
scared
both
him.
these psychos know that I don't like to be scared. Keep mind you, okay? They're both fully aware that I don't like being scared.
I don't know what's funnier than somebody being frightened.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing, and you should respect comedy.
Okay, maybe maybe if you videotaped it and it got us some views or something.
I will videotape myself scaring Mike for a month straight if you pledge to the Patreon. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
nothing
for
would make me
October.
happier than
Now, what happens with your sister? Now, she knows, she's
this should
fully
be.
aware.
I hope he's not proud. I hope I don't tell this story.
Yeah.
And Mike is like very good.
Well, I
that
don't know.
if
Good thing we have a second and
Yeah.
third person
Yeah, yeah.
here to be the
yeah.
Johnny, help us.
be the judge.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So Amanda scares him, and again he like gets scared, and he doesn't like it. So then he like acts calm, and we're laughing, and he's just like do and then he like goes into the fridge, and I'm like, okay, so I guess he needs a snack. He loves snacks. That makes sense. And then
Now, but before you continue, when someone pranks you, right? Aren't you supposed to then get revenge?
Revenge?
No, I
Aren't
don't
you
know.
supposed
It
to then
depends
get
what the
revenge
revenge is.
in another prank?
In a different form.
In a different form of pranking, yeah. So Amanda pranked me,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, okay, let me prank her.
Sure.
All right, continue.
so
Proceed, counsel.
Mike gets his head out of the refrigerator and then comes back to our conversation, and he's not saying anything, and he like turns to my sister and he spits pickle juice all over the side of her head.
Wait, you put it in your mouth?
Yes, he sipped pickle juice from a pickle jar, held it in his mouth casually,
Yes, it is a prank. It is a prank.
in close proximity to my sister.
It's kind of a prank.
All over her hair, in her ear. She could have had an ear infection.
Someone scared you,
at
so you walked to the
high
fridge
velocity. And he spit it in her hair that she just blew dry, and then she had to go take a shower and do her hair again. Because
I did feel kind of bad.
that
About
was
What
awful.
do you say
That was
after?
very
I definitely
awful.
So wait, what did
apologize.
she say? Did she
I think I
laugh,
got her
or
a
was she
card.
like-
No, she cried.
She cried.
Well, she had pickle juice shot in her ear.
And then
See, I hate that you're bringing this up because Amanda and I do have a very good relationship now.
Well,
Years
I
later.
want you to know I think about that on occasion. I can't believe I married you still. That was
Okay,
awful.
I'm sorry. Well,
And you did that.
whose fault is that you married me?
I don't know.
to the face.
My like that is unreasonable.
I did. You know what? I think I did hide it in my
used
mouth
it as a
very
weapon.
well.
You were like,
I-
you went in the kitchen. You were like, I can't grab a knife. you're like, pickle juice, bitch. And then blew it in her face.
Close proximity.
I think I did,
Yeah.
and I sipped the perfect amount of pickle juice where it wouldn't be like, my cheeks weren't like
Oh shit.
like that.
Oh,
it was
okay,
just
yeah.
like a little mouthful.
Yeah, because he is a
like when you're at the
maniac.
dentist.
Wow.
I'm a maniac. When's the last time I got revenge on somebody?
I don't even know. But Mike and the revenge thing is just that's another disorder. I don't know what that one is.
Okay,
That's
so-
like
so-
psychological.
okay, so you've
but
never-
I've never met anyone more vengeful than Mike Recine.
Oh, okay. So you've never had the desire for revenge to get back at the people who wrong you.
No, love the people who treat you right and forgive the ones who
Yeah, it
don't.
consumes him because it's
It
not so much
consumes
that he's
him.
doing anything. It's
It
like he thinks about it and it's like, fuck, I
festers.
gotta get
Yeah.
these people. How do I get them? How
Forget
do I
to pick up my
defeat them?
kid.
Yeah.
I've already sent them 10 photos of dead babies.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, another problem in my life, again, I'm trying to get pregnant. And it's something that I think is an issue is that, like, and this is what I think it stems down to, is that, so I think Mike has never learned how to protect his balls. Because
Come on, that's so crazy.
he
you
probably
think I'm a psycho?
No, this
never
is good
played
theory. This is
that
good theory.
game in school.
Wait, ball tap?
Yeah, see, he knew it. I didn't even have to describe
Wait, he
it.
never played ball tap?
Well, if you tapped his ball, he would have fucking threw a chair at you. He would have destroyed a classroom if
Yeah.
anyone even nicked his penis.
Can I say
He
something?
would have been like lifting that desk connected to a chair and raging like a lunatic in school. And now he is constantly hitting the balls by my son because he doesn't know how to protect
No,
his
no, no, no,
penis.
no, listen,
And
listen,
I am not
Wait,
pregnant.
you tell the doctors this? And the
No,
doctor has to be
it's
like,
just a theory.
That's not why you're not getting pregnant.
It's a theory that I've come up with.
The doctor's
because,
like writing it on his
Okay,
iPad.
what's your concerns?
because
My son? He's throwing punches at his balls.
My husband can't protect his balls.
if you saw
You know how
a
boys
child-
get ball tapped.
because he never played that game. If you saw a child on a couch bicycling their legs, and would you walk toward them balls out?
You are like an actual psycho.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Or would you be like, I better protect my penis?
Yeah, you have to protect.
But all day long, all I hear if I'm not in the room, oh, my penis, just not my penis.
Well, when's he gonna learn? Just not my penis.
Why can't you cover it?
Why does he?
Just not.
First of all, you should be able to have your penis out in your own house. Okay.
No.
Especially when you have toddlers.
Problem. Like, walking around
No,
with a
that's
penis.
another
Like,
part of the disorder.
yeah, Ben thinks he's like sneaking his toys around and stuff.
Yeah, so like, that's another thing. Yeah.
But I don't know what's happening. I don't know if my kid got like molested at daycare or something. But he's always like
My son was molested as a kid.
he's like obsessed with my penis for some
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
reason. He'll say I want to, and then he'll hit me in the balls. Maybe I feel like I get hit in the balls an average of like 2.4 times a month.
Okay.
Lately, it's been less lately, but then I just like I'll scream.
But what
'cause
have
it
you done
hurts.
to deter?
You don't understand what it's like to get hit in the balls, and then I'll scream, and she'll be like, "Well, that's your fault for not protecting your balls."
I mean, like that is just a classic guy move.
And it's like
Do
I was
this,
like, and I'm
you
like,
know?
okay, I understand why
Walk
people.
around with your
You know
hands.
when a guy kills his wife, you understand why someone kills their wife, but then when a guy kills his family, you're like, why do you got to kill your family? Why do you got to kill your kids? Now, that makes me understand why people kill their whole
Oh
family.
my God, you're such a baby. There's no way it hurts that bad.
It hurts pretty bad. What would you rather do? Give birth one time or get hit in the testicles once a week?
I think if it hurt that bad, I'd cover them.
Mm-hmm. With what? Like
my
cup,
hands,
like a cup?
my thigh,
Mm-hmm.
my
So
hips.
you think
Why don't
that-
you pivot? Maybe you should take
You
dance
think I'm
lessons.
supposed
or,
to just
you know.
And then
you
he'll
think,
learn from
you think of all the things I think about, and you've
Oh,
brought up a
you're
lot
too
of them.
busy. You're too
I
busy.
don't
You got a
make
lot
enough,
on your mind.
I don't make enough money.
That's-
We don't have enough Patreon subscribers. You think I should be walking around my house thinking about who's going to hit me in the ball?
Yes.
Even
that
in my
should
even
still
in my
be up
own
on
house.
that
So
list.
so what you're saying is you don't have the right to feel safe in your own house. A man doesn't have the right to feel safe in his own house.
You think is your penis currently safe in your house?
He did hit me in the balls a couple weeks ago, and I took one of his like big wooden toys and threw it into
And
the
there's
wall.
a hole in my wall.
And there's a big hole in the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and she goes, "You put a hole in the wall, and you broke his toy." And I'm like, "Nice."
See, he's a maniac. That's the revenge again.
It kind of feels good to break a kid's toy. I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
It is kind of a good feeling knowing that you have that level of power
This is a
over
very
someone.
reflective time for me now.
The only thing I
this
ever did when I
episode.
was in a relationship is like when she left the room, I like threw my belt at the wall and like it nicked the wall, and I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah,
Like,
I have anger
that's
issues.
it,
So
yeah.
no,
I was like,
yeah.
"I'm fucked," and
Yeah.
Yeah.
still unnoticed, probably.
Mike is a thrower. He loves to throw. He luckily has very bad aim.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he can't really hit anything on purpose.
that's so funny. You throw.
It's so funny because I was literally thinking before we did the show about how nice of a time we had at the spa together on her birthday.
That's why you shouldn't have got rid of your car too. By the way, I have hit this part of the car. Not the
Well, I
steering
broke-
wheel,
Oh,
the
he
top.
has punched multiple parts
Yeah,
of the
I've
car.
done that. Like if I'm stressed, I'll hit that bad boy.
Yo, you
Well,
better
you
watch
need to
out. You're gonna
find-
get the.
Oh, I know.
You need to have things in your house that you can punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a wall, like walls break or they're too hard. So you need to have something in the house where you
Walls
can kind
are
of
pretty-
take your anger out.
Yeah.
But I haven't. I don't feel like I've flew off the handle in a while. I was thinking about how much I liked you, how much I liked our little spa day.
Yeah, the only time that Mike is like I like, not the only time. I do really like you, but you're just like whatever kind of graph looks like this. That's
And
Mike.
she's
He-
on the
his-
podcast. Everybody, she's showing off. She wants to impress
his
all of you.
threshold for
She's
like
being a-
tolerance, like whereas most people might be like here throughout the day, Mike is just beyond the norms of anything.
Well, it's funny because
he looks like
I'm-
somebody like a heart rate.
There's like a level of
monitor.
panic.
when you're the guest on a show, you have to let the host.
Actually, I don't know if that's true because
to let
people
the
always
host
want
talk.
you to talk more when you're a guest on a show. So you got to get in there and talk when you get the
Yeah.
chance.
Yep.
But no, so Mike is like he's got a lot of highs and lows. See, bad aim
They started fighting.
and awful reflexes. Yeah, good luck. But no, he is a nice look. He's just plotting his revenge now.
I'm stronger than you.
So she's gonna give you an Indian rug.
I know. I'm like, what are you? I just wish, like, I do wish that Mike got into a fight with a man at one point. Like I put him in kickboxing to like try to see if that helps. But
Yeah.
She is kind of scary though, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's like women can be like scary, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like an assertiveness sometimes. Yeah.
I would have to, if I ever screwed up really bad, I would have to like kill her.
yeah, good luck.
I know. I'm gonna hire.
I have zero concern about Mike killing me.
hire somebody.
Yeah, Mike would struggle to kill someone. 'cause
Well, I'll hire.
he's not like agile or flexible.
Right.
Like,
I'll make
he
it look
couldn't
like
be like, and he also doesn't know how to whisper.
Oh.
So he would.
Yeah, he'd be like the guy who tried to shoot Trump. They'd be like, look at him on the roof.
I'm over here. They're not gonna see me.
When do I
And he
need to
falls through the roof.
When do I need to
Can't-
whisper?
He's also like very foot heavy.
Yeah, I'm flat-footed.
Yeah, I don't think that has to do with your feet. It's your thighs. Like lift from your thighs.
Oh yeah.
But no, Mike's great. He's super like funny and loving, and he cooks good food. And the spa was great because he had no other choice or responsibility than to just be
go along
there. And he did have a little freak out when it was time to go. Because
Wait, like a kid when they don't want to leave a
Wasn't that
place?
no, when he's like worried about missing the boat,
Oh, okay.
you know, like
Sure.
so like that,
Yeah,
you know, it's a little stressful. What are you plotting? I'll stop talking.
Nothing.
Go ahead. Go ahead, host.
Well, it was just funny. There's like at the spa there was like a pool that you put your ears in the water and you can hear music.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
it was
he
just
liked
kind of cool being like, you know, like you're just imagine being in the pool
Yeah.
and then you hear this and then it's like,
Michael, I want a Negroni. Michael, where's your credit card?
That would be a perfect way to die, though. You're just like
You
laying
need to
there with
control.
your eyes.
You need to control. Michael, why don't you make enough money?
what? Sorry, what?
Is there different like the spa? You go to different stations, or it's like you pick?
Yeah, but we were like so happy where we were. We really didn't explore everything. Mike was hoping there was a cooler pool, but I don't want a cold pool. But I think many people like that. Like
Would
when
have
it's
been
hot.
nice to just jump in and
Right.
kind of cool off, yeah.
I did go to a spa that had a cold plunge before, but this spa didn't have that.
I like that.
But yeah, it was great.
You know what I was watching today before I came over here to record? I was watching that show Big Love. It's about polygamists in Utah.
Okay.
You ever see that show?
I know of it.
Yeah.
It was on HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
That you could not keep up. So
Yeah.
why are you even thinking or looking at that?
Yeah. It did seem a little stressful.
It's gotta be. Yeah.
And the dude had two houses. They were right next to each other.
Right.
That seemed kind of cool.
Yeah, sure. Like a
'Cause you're-
compound.
No, it was like just in the suburbs, and he had two like little houses.
Is
that
it
were
like
next to
a
each other.
part? Like, did he have two partners and two houses, or did
I think he had two. Yeah, no, but he might have had three separate houses,
Oh, so everyone has
which
their
is
own
weird.
house.
You need a lot, but you need a lot of coin to be a
Like a
polygamist.
decision
I
a guy
didn't realize
makes
that.
who's like he's never home. It's like you marry your wife, you get a cat,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go, fuck, I gotta get another. I'm never home for my cat. I gotta get it. It feels like you just filling the house
Oh,
with
right.
cats to play with each other.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Get her
I
a friend.
think
Yes, it
that
doesn't feel real.
men are insane. Like, I bet that guy
No, I
doesn't
didn't
do
say
a
I-
single dish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you have three houses. Like, how much often do you just like, you know, that one gets dirty, you move on.
I
to
didn't
the
say I
next, and
liked it or
another
wanted to
Yeah,
do
you
it.
have like your
Thought it was-
dishwife, and then
cleans
you're like, yeah, no.
Like, I can't even. Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting.
What exactly about that was interesting?
I'm like, how does he make this work? And how do they not get jealous? And how does he, first of all, does he have sex with somebody every night? Because I don't think I could do that. I'd have to get them a side piece.
And then when would you think about your penis and money and
I'd have to find some.
podcast?
I'd have to find some meth head at the
Right.
in the Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
And go satisfy my third wife. Yeah.
Does she
But
get the
but it
pit?
did seem like they had like there was like a hierarchy. So like the oldest wife, you know, was like the boss. She was kind of like the boss of the other two wives. There was like an older wife, a medium wife, and then a younger wife.
And so that medium one was like the younger one, and then she outgrew that role, and then they hired a younger.
Yeah, she
One.
was like the number two. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then he's
that's
got the
always
real
like
young one.
when you're watching a sitcom and like there's the cute kid, and then they get to be
Yeah,
8, and somebody has to like have a surprise cousin that
some
comes
new
to live.
kid, new cousin with glasses shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never the same.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a few questions for you
Okay.
from the fans.
Okay, great.
Your favorite diner on Staten Island?
I don't know the name of it, but it's got like rocks outside. It's by Brothers Pizza, and it's in like Port Richmond.
Okay.
I don't know. It's like the walls are rocks.
Okay.
That was like the only one I went to all the time.
Okay. We'll do this a little rapid fire.
Okay.
Genuinely interested in where she is from and how she got into working at comedy clubs.
I don't know. I never lived anywhere longer than 2 years before the age of 12. I lived in 4 different states, 10 different houses, and I went to 13
She's like
different
Oliver
schools.
Twist.
Wait, why?
Because I was born and raised by psychopaths,
Yeah,
which,
what are they doing?
maybe this is why I'm here today. Yeah.
Maybe that's why you...
I accept the love I think I deserve. And yeah, so like my parents were crazy. So they I lived with all different people. I would live with one, like a parent or a different parent or my grandmother or my aunt. And so like those people stayed in their spots and they kind of like ping ponged me and my sister around until I was living in Delaware in 5th grade. And I was like, I fucking hate it here. And then I decided to move to New Jersey with my mom and stepfather. And then I stayed there until I graduated high school, which was not like a picnic either, but better than Delaware for sure. Yeah, so if I narrow it down, I lived the longest consecutively as a child and adolescent in New Jersey, but I was born in Staten Island. And now I've, been in New York. I went to college in Queens, so I've been here the whole time.
Did you go to St. Joe's?
St. John's.
St. John's. That's what it's called, right?
There's the St. Joe's.
There's a
Because
St.
they
Joe's.
fought about who's going to be SJU.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and then how did I end up working in comedy clubs? So I started college as a communications major, and my mom got me this job in an ad agency. It was an ad placement agency in Soho because one of her coworkers, his daughter owned it, and I was awful at it. Like, they would ask me for pencils, and I'd bring back balloons. Like, they asked me to get a pussy willow for the front door, and I was like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, not a clue.
No, it's a stick plant with fuzzy balls on it. So I was like, So then it was ad placement, and they had me taking photographs of their ads on the dry cleaning bags was their #1 placement for ads. So I was just like walking all over Manhattan with a camera taking pictures of our ads, which was like Desperate Housewives was our biggest client at that point. I was taking pictures of those dry cleaning ads in use. And I ended up near Times Square one day and it was like a blizzard. And so I just walked into Ha Comedy Club on 46th and I was like, are you guys hiring? And they were like, do you have any experience? And I said, yeah, I worked at a diner in Jersey, but I worked at a bagel shop. I was like, how hard could this be? And then they called
I would be
me.
terrified to lie about something like that.
I just lied.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't you just hear my life? Nothing was scary. There's nothing you could do that was like, I was not afraid, or I am not afraid, especially now also on top of all that being a comedy club waitress. Like, I am broken. There's nothing you can do to me to scare me. But, yeah.
It's true. That's why I have to spit pickle juice in her face.
That wasn't me. If you did that to me, I would have raged and killed you.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, so then I started working at Ha, and that was miserable. So I went from like the worst comedy club, which at that point, I
was
went
the
to the
fucking worst.
best comedy club.
Yeah, and it was the best.
Which was Caroline. So I was like, that was my revenge. I just like left there one day. I just showed up to work early and went to Caroline's instead. And then they were like, you can interview with the manager. He'll be here soon. And that skinny girl was in the front. And she was like, so where do you work? And I was like, I work at Ha Comedy Club right now. And she was like, oh, no, don't tell them that because they won't hire you. So then I had to lie again. Little did I know I was just
wouldn't they hire you?
lying to Ray Goots, who I thought was more important. He wasn't that good. So he's just sitting
He walked
there
out in like slow motion.
thinking that, so I did my interview with Ray lying.
Well, he used to wear suits there. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So did Mike. Mike was a doorman at that time, and I just remember his like long hair and big suits.
I remember his long hair. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is like 2000.
I did go to Men's Warehouse,
7.
and for some reason they fitted me with a very large suit. Like there was like the pants like out to here.
I think you were supposed to get it tailored.
Was I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember like a middle-aged black guy working at the Men's Warehouse
like,
being
good.
like, "Oh, this looks good." Bro.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
You do
would
comedy, and he gave you a Kings of Comedy suit.
Yeah.
That's great.
Would you still love Mike if he transformed into a Dominican? What kind of question that is.
Yeah. I mean, that could even be. I think that Mike would do well as a Dominican. He loves to dance, especially to like that type of music. I think he would do well as a Dominican. Yeah.
I've never really danced that type of music before, but I think I could figure it out.
I mean, when Mike dances, he kind of like leans back and puts his hips forward and does like a sway. So I feel like yeah, he's got like this.
I could figure out if I had to go undercover as a undercover Dominican starring Mike Recine. I think I could.
This has to be a clip, undercover Dominican. And then there's like a still of you.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 good questions coming up. How do I deal with my boyfriend's ADHD?
Okay. So the thing about ADHD is that it's very frustrating, especially to a neurotypical partner. So first off, you have to understand this
So
is
you're saying
hard.
I'm not neurotypical?
You're not neurotypical, no. Okay. No, you're not. But that's okay.
Are you like a doctor or something?
I'm not.
Because last I checked, you're just a speech therapist.
Yeah, I have a master's degree. What do you have?
I have some college. That's what I put on job applications.
Yeah, did you go to how'd you do well in your Spirit Fingers class?
Mm-hmm.
Mike went to college for acting.
Okay, and yeah, I took movement for the actor, dance for the actor, speech for the actor. So I
did you
know
go?
a thing or
Did
two
you
about a
do
thing
it?
or two.
I cannot imagine Mike
Red
doing,
leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
I can't imagine Mike doing a single assignment.
You do Betty Butter, Butts and Butter?
Topeka, bodega, Topeka, bodega. Topeka, Topeka, Topeka. Bodega, bodega, bodega. How was that? I learned that on the streets.
Nice.
I need to go to a fancy school to learn how to talk.
Mm-hmm. Great. You're so good at talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Well done. That's nice tongue movement. Well done.
I wasn't ready for you to come in here and shit all over me like this. I really didn't. You kind of ambushed me. You never know where you're going to get with her.
What do you want me to do? Do you think it's going to be entertaining for me to be like, I love Mike. He's so good.
No, that's what I thought it was going to be. But
you thought I was going to just sit here and sing your praises?
Well, I don't have anything negative to say about you this week.
I'm
feeling good about
perfect in every way.
Right, but I have been feeling much better about I've been feeling good about our marriage.
Much better?
Lately. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if there's ever an issue with our marriage, it's your fault.
Okay.
Do you guys ever argue about who Ben looks like?
He looks exactly like me.
Yeah. The women love that.
But he acts and smirks like Mike. He's got mannerisms, but yeah, he's my exact twin, except he has blue eyes.
Yeah.
But what do you think?
I mean, he looks enough like me.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
But from the start, I felt like I was looking at me.
You.
Yeah.
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 From the start, I felt like I was looking at not me.
Yeah.
I almost had a panic attack when he came out because I was like, what is this? This kid looks nothing like me.
Sure.
But I think that if I did find out that he wasn't mine, I'd still, I don't think I would just remove myself from his life, you know?
You'd slowly,
yeah.
Yeah.
Slowly ghost him.
Yeah. You're like a 5-year deal.
I would get him his own cell phone.
Yeah, you went to Afghanistan it. You would just dip.
I would text him all the time and then one day just disappear. And then his text would be all blue. Be like, Dad, are you coming to my baseball game? Dad, when are you coming home? I'm like, take a hint. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a pandemic. It was only Mike. There's nobody else.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Right. So if it wasn't a pandemic, she would have taken some nuts from.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have. Yeah. There were a lot of things at play that led to us here today. A lot of factors.
Change everything.
So almost when you think about it, me spitting pickle juice at your sister led us to having our perfect child.
It's like a butterfly effect.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if that led to it, but it was a hurdle that it could have changed the path.
Sure.
You know.
Do you ever joke about it again, like when you're making burgers on the grill or something?
No, he should be ashamed.
Really
He's never brought that up again.
I am a little ashamed of it. Sure. I haven't always dealt with my anger in the most healthy.
That's the coolest.
The most healthy
It's just
way.
such a funny way to attack a person.
Because I waited a good 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
No, it was
anger
like
management.
5.
Like they have to hear these parts too. You know, it's not just punching a hole in a wall. It's
Have you ever like gotten revenge on somebody?
I had to have, but like sat there and plotted it, and then it like come to fruition. No.
Yeah.
I did
No, I don't
once.
think so, no.
Just once, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really mad at Mike, and so I had a key to his apartment.
We don't have to bring this up
and
every time we podcast together.
I don't think I've
need to
ever
know.
said this on a podcast.
You had a key to his apartment.
I had a key to his apartment, or like the door had a code or something, so I can get in.
The window was open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was in, and he lived on the same block as a grocery store.
Okay.
So I bought the worst tomato sauce I could find,
Yeah.
like ragu.
Okay.
And then I went up to his apartment, and he is like very much a germaphobe, like only with certain things, like shoes.
Yeah.
So his shoes are all out in front of the door before you come in. And I just took the tomato sauce and I dumped it all over his shoes.
Dude, that's like a
And
hate
I
crime
knew-
on an Italian. That's so funny. She picked Italian sauce for you.
Just like ragu.
And I knew he was going to visit his grandma that day. So I just pictured him walking to the door with his suitcase full of laundry, probably. Like, ready to see his grandma.
Yeah,
And just tomato sauce all over his shoes.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
All right.
Yeah, I've
the
been
next
accused
question.
of things, and I'm like, no, I didn't do. Like, that's how I tried to clean a thing. You know?
Oh.
Yeah. I got accused of like pouring out a bunch of conditioner, and I'm like, no, I didn't pour it out. I thought I could
Clean
the
with
tub
conditioner.
it. Yeah, like I was in a rush, and like I just wanted to clean it quick with conditioner. Yeah.
That's funny.
I think we have to wrap up soon.
Oh,
What,
why
any-
you hate this episode?
You also have to go
No,
back to
I-
work.
Oh, I have to go
That was a
back to
great
work
episode.
soon.
Yeah.
Mike tried to save those shoes too. He like put them in the tub.
Oh my god.
So the tub
Put
was
them in
just
the
like
oven, dude.
Well, they got on my
red.
brother. You got tomato sauce on my brother's
That's
shoes,
his
too, so
fault
there was
for having the
there was,
same
like,
chromosomes as you.
There was collateral damage.
Oh, that's great. So your parents know about this situation?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
I think well, I know that his in-laws know about it because they said that was the funniest thing they've ever heard of. So, and I did it. So, thank you.
Okay. That was almost 10 years ago.
But I will have tips for the ADHD thing if we want to get back to that later. Like, or someone can email me. But what's the next question?
Okay. What email can they reach you at?
msdebslp@gmail.com. Miss Deb SLP or Ms. Deb SLP @gmail.com.
Nice. And then this last one, is Mike allowed to have a Gumar?
No, because I'm trying to get pregnant. He cannot even try to
Right.
like use his
There's a lot of
energy
precious
on
cum in there.
anyone.
Should he not be jerking off right now?
I think not.
I don't think I do.
You better not.
Yeah, okay. I won't. I haven't, honey. You can check the cameras that we have at home. You can check the Ring doorbell camera that's inside our apartment to see if I jack off.
Yeah.
Just going to
That
Best
Mike
Buy.
uploads to
Just going to
Chatterbait.
Best Buy being like, I want to make sure that my husband's not jacking off. And they're like, right this way, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
No, I think that
Yelling it in the store.
Sean
Does this stop your husband from jacking off?
Sean had the best response to this.
What?
You guys were saying, like, you were like, I don't want to cheat on my wife because, like, I don't last very long.
Yeah.
And then he was like, then you'd have 2 women mad at you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so fun.
And that's accurate, Mike.
That's why I can't
It's
do
not
the
going to
final
feel
question.
good. It's not going to go well.
No, I don't think so.
She's not going to be back for more.
Yeah, it's like why bother? Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
No, it's right. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
making an album with someone else, and you know no one's gonna like it, no one's gonna listen to the songs.
Yeah.
You're just gonna come.
Really fast.
Why break up the band, dude?
Exactly.
No one's listening to the music.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there's that. I think it would be an awful idea. It would be probably bad for Mike's career,
yeah.
you know, if he didn't have me.
Right.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe I would get like some real revenge on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it is not in Mike's best interest to have whatever the hell that dumb
No.
Italian word is.
It is kind of a dumb word, isn't it?
Oh, it's
Yeah, I
su-
mean,
it's such a bad word for
such a-
a lady.
It's a bad word
so, a gourmand. It's like
Yeah.
yeah. You picture a mom. Which,
It's gross, yeah.
It's just an odd. Yeah.
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 That's why it's like, how do these polygamists like have multiple partners?
They must have money. How? Yeah, are you gonna take people out
And
on?
what do they just get? They're just full of drugs.
Maybe. Oh, you mean like? Well, what about the Mormons that have like 15 kids? Like somebody's getting hard all the time. I don't know.
But you know what I think is nice about it is that like your sister wives could watch your kids for you.
Mm-hmm. You just didn't even like having the babysitter in the house too long because you were about to have a fit, so you paid her extra to leave.
That happened.
All right, folks, this was a lot of fun. Huh? Wow, we sure had a lot of fun on today's episode. We learned a lot and we had a lot of fun. And I feel an invigorated sense of love for my beautiful wife. You know the deal, patreon.com/outforsmokes. I did want to talk about the Kennedys a little bit. We didn't get a chance to.
I didn't give a fuck about the Kennedys. I don't.
Do you find them attractive?
No, I don't like. Maybe if it was like JFK, I would be able to point it out.
Yeah.
I don't know who. I don't even know.
She's
I know
never.
there's, like,
She's never
Robert.
said that she finds other guys attractive, which is a little strange to me.
Yeah.
I went to SNL to see Ryan Gosling, and he went home. He did not even go to the after party.
Oh, okay.
That would have been nice to see him, but I did meet Beyonce that night, so that was cool.
That's cool.
You didn't even put your phone on silent?
I guess not. I was waiting for you to text me. I didn't want to keep you waiting downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to know when to send you.
So Ryan Gosling's pretty hot.
Yeah.
What's that some more joke? Like,
oh yeah, your brother, your cousin.
yeah. She's like, I asked my husband, I said, who would you be with if you weren't with me? Who are your like dream girls? And he said like 3 women, and they don't look nothing like me.
Oh yeah.
And then she's like, so it's my turn. And I said, your cousin, your brother, your uncle. Like if Mike get the choice to date somebody, it would be somebody with like tiny boobs and a fat ass, like the opposite of me.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And because
thing that
Mike
will
always
never
talks about like if he was a woman.
That should count as one woman in terms of polygamy.
Yes, yeah.
Right.
Lady with a big ass.
She got tiny boobs, a big ass, and she's quiet. And it's like it's the
You do the math.
the yin to Deb's yang. Yeah.
Right, yeah. You would topple over. That would not be, I don't know. Or I guess you'd even out. But yeah, Mike told me that if he was a woman, that he would have like small boobs and a big butt, and he would be like quiet and read a lot.
That's what you said?
That's the kind of woman he would be.
The thing that's keeping you from reading a lot is being a woman. I just don't have a pussy. So.
So I thought like maybe he was just trying to like tell me that he wished that I would read more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I would
Well,
definitely
listen, thanks
sell
for coming
pictures
on.
of myself if I was a woman. That's like fact.
I think that's a lot of upkeep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. How many, like, I don't
Be so like the fact that like you don't have, you know, that you could do it that way. I would just have to.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to, like, see someone's OnlyFans just to find out, like, you know, how many different positions. Like, do you change the filter sometimes? Or is it really, like, a location change? It's just your ass everywhere?
Yeah.
Because, like, I follow Karen Fian on Instagram, and she does, like, some OnlyFans, like, sneak peeks. So, I mean, it does seem like mostly, like, her ass in the sauna, which, you know, I could keep... Actually, they say no phones in there, so I don't know how...
Well, Deb, we want to thank you for coming on the show. I think this was a lot of fun for whoever, somebody. It was fun for someone. Hope our listeners had a good time. And that's the episode. Join us over on patreon.com/outforsmokes. I got some more dates coming up. It's let's see. This is going to come out. So this will come out Friday. Nope. Damn.
No, next Friday.
Next Friday.
Yeah.
So all
Just
my
say
dates will be over.
Just say all... Oh, really? Even the 31st?
No, 31st.
Yeah, this comes out the week of the 31st.
Oh.
Not this week, but next week. So,
Yeah.
I got. We got to start.
Don't you have something in September?
I don't think so.
I think you do, but I don't remember.
I think we got Detroit coming up in October. We
Sweet.
gotta just pound the phone. We gotta do some cold calls.
I want Mike to start an email list So send him your email if you want a newsletter.
Okay, but why are you bringing up like
Those things are real. Like
They
email
are.
why are
lists,
you
like, people care
nagging me
about?
on the show?
I'm not nagging. I'm just saying, like, send if you want Mike's newsletter. I'm gonna be
Yeah, I just-
helping Mike make a newsletter. So send me.
No one
your
cares
email.
about the little things that you're nagging me about.
It's not to nag you, but no, just to update so that you can know. And if you want him to come to your town,
Yeah.
you should reach out.
There we go.
But yeah.
All right.
Gang.
Thanks everybody. That's the show. Thanks. I want to thank Deb for being here
You're welcome.
and for being an amazing wife and mother.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.